The Graceful Battle, Dorothy and Betty Ann's Lesson in Handling Disrespect by Reuben White. In a quaint town nestled amidst south side of Atlanta and sun-dappled meadows, there stood a local Baptist church that was not only a place of worship but also a haven for two church mothers, Dorothy and Betty Ann. They were a testament to the notion that life, even within the sanctuary of faith, could sometimes be a battleground where inner strength and resilience were tested. Dorothy, a self-proclaimed Christian with a flair for the dramatic, was known throughout the congregation for her eloquent prayers and booming voice that echoed through the rafters during Sunday service. Her heart was firmly rooted in her faith, but her tongue could be as sharp as a double-edged sword. Unfortunately, this weapon was often wielded against her fellow churchgoers, particularly Betty, and Betty Ann, on the other hand, was the epitome of grace and composure. She was the calm within the storm, a gentle breeze on a scorching summer day. Her kindness and humility radiated from her like a warm, comforting embrace. She never let Dorothy's incessant disrespect ruffle her feathers, always maintaining her poise in the face of adversity. One sweltering Sunday morning, as the congregation gathered in the sanctuary, the tension between Dorothy and Betty Ann reached its breaking point. Dorothy's criticisms had grown increasingly frequent and biting, like a swarm of relentless bees buzzing around Betty Ann's ears. Today, Betty Ann decided she couldn't bear it any longer. The church was adorned with stained glass windows that filtered the sunlight into a kaleidoscope of colors, painting the pews and the faces of the faithful in shades of red and gold. As the choir sang with angelic voices, Betty Ann, dressed in her Sunday best, rose from her seat and walked down the aisle toward the pulpit, where Dorothy stood in her resplendent attire. All eyes were fixed on Betty Ann as she approached, a palpable tension filling the air. Dorothy, seeing Betty Ann's determined stride, clutched her Bible tighter, sensing that something was amiss. Betty Ann reached the pulpit and faced Dorothy, her expression calm and serene. Her eyes, however, held a fire that could not be extinguished. She began to speak, her words dripping with metaphors and figurative language that danced through the sanctuary like a whispering wind. Dorothy, Betty Ann began, "We are all flowers in the Lord's garden, each unique and beautiful in our own way. But instead of nourishing our faith with the rain of kindness, you have chosen to shower us with thorns of disrespect." The congregation listened intently, their hearts heavy with anticipation. Betty Ann continued, "Just as the river flows gently, we too should let our words meander with compassion and understanding. But your words have been like a turbulent storm, threatening to drown our spirits." Dorothy's eyes widened, and her jaw clenched as Betty Ann's words penetrated her heart. Betty Ann's voice, soothing as a lullaby, persisted, "We must remember that we are all vessels, imperfect, but striving for grace. Instead of shattering others with harshness, let us be like clay, molded by the hand of the Almighty into vessels of love." Dorothy's hands trembled, and she could feel the weight of the congregation's eyes upon her. Betty Ann concluded her heartfelt speech, "In the tapestry of life, we are but threads, weaving our stories together. Let us choose threads of love, patience, and respect to create a masterpiece that glorifies the Lord." With that, Betty Ann turned and walked back to her seat, leaving Dorothy standing at the pulpit, humbled and speechless. The congregation erupted in applause, moved by the wisdom and grace with which Betty Ann had confronted her. As the weeks passed, a transformation began to unfold within Dorothy. She realized the depth of her disrespect and the hurt it had caused to those around her. Inspired by Betty Ann's example, she embarked on a journey of self-reflection, seeking to mend the relationships she had strained. Dorothy's transformation was a testament to the power of introspection and the ability to change one's ways. She learned that disrespect, though hurtful, need not be harmful if met with understanding and grace. Through her journey, she discovered that each person had the right to their thoughts and opinions, and invalidation only served to deepen wounds. The congregation, witnessing Dorothy's transformation, learned a valuable lesson as well. They discovered that responding to disrespect with wisdom and patience could lead to growth and healing, both individually and as a community. In the end, the moral of the story was clear: in the face of disrespect, we have a choice. We can react with anger and negativity, or we can respond with grace and understanding. Our thoughts play a vital role in how we interpret disrespect, and by changing our mindset, we can turn negative words into positive affirmations that reflect the goodness within us. The story of Dorothy and Betty Ann taught the congregation that responding with intellect and composure rather than impulsivity and capriciousness could lead to greater harmony and understanding. They learned the power of pausing and taking a deep breath before reacting, recognizing that not every action deserved a response. In the end, the church mothers, once at odds, became pillars of strength for their congregation. Dorothy's transformation served as a reminder that change was possible for anyone willing to embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth. And Betty Ann, with her unwavering grace and wisdom, continued to inspire those around her with her gentle yet powerful presence. The church, like a garden, flourished with love, kindness, and respect, thanks to the lessons learned from Dorothy and Betty Ann's graceful battle against disrespect. As the sun set on the quaint town, the colors of their faith shone brightly, a testament to the enduring power of love and forgiveness in the face of adversity.